Hey everybody, Kelly Engineer here. Welcome to episode 2 of Journey Across the Void. In between episodes, I have just been making dirt, sieving dirt, and yeah, it's been pretty arduous. I did manage to get a stack and a half of dust, and I already got sand as a quest reward, so I didn't really have to worry about sand. It doesn't really matter anyway, because looking at what I can use the sand for, yeah, I can only get cocoa beans and prismarine shards using the sand. And using the dust, which honestly looks more useful, is for getting the skystone. Skystone is really weird because, let's see here. Skystone can also be sieved. Well, it has to be crushed. And when it's crushed, it looks to be the only way that you can get the Certus quartz, the charged Certus quartz. And these 1k ME storage cells are in here, but there's no drop chance for them. There's no drop chance for the Certus quartz seeds either. Yeah, it's very weird to me that these storage cells are here inside of the... Oh, and a diamond mesh. I didn't even notice this before. This is how you get your presses. But yeah, there's no drop chance for any of these storage cells, which is unfortunate because that would just be very easy and a decent reward for the grind. But in this episode, we're just going to continue down and get to our cobblestone generator down here and hopefully set up an auto sifter. Now to start with, we're going to have to make some glass bottles because that is the next quest. There we go. And now it wants me to create a crucible as well. I want to check if the crucible recipe has changed. The crucible recipe has not changed, so that is good news. Alright, 6 dark oak and a slab. Boom, we got our crucible. Oh, that did not complete the quest. It wants specifically an oak crucible. That's an oversight. And here we are. Here we have an oak crucible. I'm gonna need some more leaves, but I can worry about that a little bit later. But the crucible acts exactly the same way as always. After the crucible, it just wants me to get those leaves, make water bottles, and throw them into wooden barrels so I can get clay. Now clay is a little tricky because I have the clay sapling. And the clay sapling is capable of giving me all of the clay amber. I can throw the clay acorns into a furnace and get the clay that I need. So it's just a matter of how quickly I want to get clay, because honestly, to set up my smeltery as quick as possible, the trees are definitely the way to go. I have decided to go the Sky Orchard route, and honestly what I've been doing with all the Sky Orchard trees is I've just been using crooks on the leaves. One thing that is kind of new to Ex Nihilo, I say kind of new, it's been around for a while, but you can use the pebbles to create crooks, and that is what I have been doing. Here, there we go. That's what I've been doing. There's 128 durability on them, so I at least get 2 swipes per tree with one of them, and it means that all of those pebbles I've been getting from sieving all of the dirt actually have a use instead of becoming diorite, andesite, or granite. So yeah, absolutely make use of the pebbles for your trees. It also helps because the crook that you make with Tinker's Construct, if you did what I did and you immediately upgraded it to cobblestone, then that means I require cobblestone in order to repair it, and I'm still at a loss for cobblestone, at least for now, so I have no easy way to repair it, so it makes even more sense to just use the pebbles. It's paying amazing dividends so far because I have plenty of clay. Oh, I just made it an advancement for it. But yeah, I have plenty of clay right now, at least enough to make the block that's required in order to complete the quest. Oh, apparently not. The recipe has changed. Alright, I can only make clay via the fluid item transform. So I require the dust to make the clay. That is good to know. Oh boy. Well, at the very least I can use the clay balls to make grout. Yeah, using the gravel and sand. So I can still make grout. It's just really unfortunate that I can't form them into the clay block. Now I'm ready to create my first block of clay, but unfortunately I noticed something. You see how the tank of this crucible is halfway full? Well, this can hold a full bucket, and the glass bottles are only capable of holding 250 millibuckets. However, when I use the bottle on it, it takes everything. So yeah, that is very unfortunate. I need to find a way to just pump water whenever I get it into the barrels in order to have this actually be efficient. Because yeah, this is really unfortunate. But at the very least, I got my first First piece of clay. How many do I need to complete the quest? 4 of them. And you know what? I may as well. I'm going to complete all of these quests. Ooh, another hopping bonsai pot. That's very nice. Another diamond wand. Inventory crafting table. Alright. Well, since I got the inventory crafting table, I actually may as well just use that now. There we go. I just got upgraded. So now I have an inventory crafting table where I can just, yeah, have a 3x3. So I just got my block of clay, or my 4 blocks of clay, and looking at the next quest, I need drying racks, which luckily I already have. I set those up last episode in order to make the, in order to make dirt. But let's grab one in my inventory real quick, just so we can complete this quest. There we go, 4 drying racks. And the reason why I want me to make the drying racks is because there is a recipe to make the porcelain clay. The porcelain clay is no longer made. Here we go. So, here we are, porcelain clay. So porcelain clay used to be a piece of clay and some bone meal, but now you just throw it onto a drying rack and you'll get the porcelain clay in 3 minutes. So thankfully I did not need to build a mob farm in this world in order to progress. Well, very lucky for me. It wouldn't really matter anyway because one of the very first quest rewards I got was bone meal. I wasn't using it purposely because I thought I would need it for the porcelain clay. But, yeah, like I said, I got lucky. So now let's throw this on and get some of that porcelain clay for our crucibles. And there we go. Here's my porcelain clay. I'm still going to throw a couple on, just so I can make 2 crucibles. But really the whole point of this endeavor was to, yeah, make my unfired crucible, get my crucible, and then I'll be able to smelt up this iron ore. So I have quite a bit more iron ore than I had before from all of the sieving I've been doing with the gravel. And yeah, once again, I really like how they're actually giving me the ore instead of the chunks. It's one less level of crafting I have to worry about as a player. And yeah, just getting the ore is really nice. But anyway, now that we have the porcelain clay, let's turn it into my unfired crucible. Boom. And throw this in. I know I'm smelting up my acorns right now, but the crucible is a little bit more important. Alright, there we go. It's completed. I have my crucible. And we can set this down and start throwing some cobblestone into it. Where's my cobblestone? Right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm only going to throw in 4 pieces for now because the goal is... Oh no, I didn't put down a torch. I just wasted 4 pieces of cobblestone. But it's fine. We'll have more than enough cobblestone soon enough. While we're waiting for the lava to be created, I'm going to complete this quest for the 6 iron ore, and I'm just going to throw 8 of them, for now, into my furnace, so I can get those iron bars. The only reason I'm doing this is so I can get buckets, because buckets are for the cobblestone generator. How is my crucible doing? Oh, not even 300 millibuckets. Okay. So I've got my iron, and it's now time to make my buckets, but unfortunately the bucket recipe has also changed, so I need to make clay buckets first. Now that those are unfired, put those in there so we can at least get our 2 regular clay buckets. And there we go, 2 clay buckets. And then surround those clay buckets with iron. And we have our regular buckets. Booyah. Now just take lava, take water. Oh, I got to keep my clay bucket because of that. Huh. Well, I did not know that I would be able to keep the buckets, but regardless. Cobblestone, glass, lava, and water. Oh, and we finally have a cobblestone generator. Now that I have the cobblestone generator, let's grab one of my chests, wherever the chest may be. Find a good place to put this. Oh, wow, that was almost a terrible, terrible mistake. I need to upgrade this pickaxe to a stone. And now I am getting a decent amount of cobblestone. Now, I mentioned this in the last episode. Want to mention it again. This quest book, at the very least the first page, is very hand-holdy. So it wants me to create 6 iron ingots again, so I can make the iron stiffen mesh. But it kind of feels unnecessary. I already made the 6 iron ingots here. It did the same thing with the wooden barrel, because it has one right here, has one up here. So yeah, it's holding my hand through this first page. And I'm honestly not sure how I feel about it. A lot of this stuff is pretty self-explanatory. If this was a teaching mod pack, I guess I would kind of understand. But if it was a teaching mod pack, they wouldn't have changed as many recipes as they did. So yeah, it's definitely a weird design decision that I'm kind of on the fence about. But looking at all these rewards, it's nothing I haven't already got before. I have a sink. Why wasn't I got a sink last episode. Why was I wasting time with the crucibles? Oh, hindsight. So I have made more than enough iron stiffened meshes for all 9 of my sieves. And I have quite a few ores now, but I am sick of using my hammer in order to crush this cobblestone. So I'm going to jump ahead in the quest book. The quest book wants me to create the pulvis way the heck down here. Well, yeah, like I said, I'm jumping ahead. I'm going to make the pulvis now so I actually have a place for my cobblestone to go. And I have no idea how this thing works. So, oh, that's cool. What are these for books? Yeah, I have never used this mod, so let's experiment a little bit. I have more than enough charcoal from in between episodes. Alright, charcoal goes there. Let's put in the cobblestone. Yeah, it's that simple. This has to be for some sort of enchanted books. Maybe efficiency goes in there. Well, I got this set up, and yeah, I was completely wrong. I did a little bit more research and actually looked at what the furnace mod is. So, these right here, these upgrades, are what go in these slots, and they're actually rather simple to make. They're all basic ingredients. The IO upgrade is the next thing in the quest book. It wants me to unlock for furnace. I'm not quite there yet though, and I don't really need these because I have hoppers going in and out, and yeah, they're working perfectly fine. I'm getting more than enough gravel. I've obviously been sieving up a bunch of gravel, so much so that I have already filled up a double chest. So I've smelted some copper because even though iron chest is not in this pack, something called metal chests is. So I'm going to make 2 copper chests, and what the heck, I may as well just place one down. And yeah, copper chest is it's not quite a double chest, but it's pretty good. I'm going to upgrade the copper chest to a iron chest, and then there's silver, gold, diamond, and then obsidian. It all follows pretty much the basic path as if you were playing with iron chest, only you have to use the copper and silver variants before you upgrade. Here we go. And yeah, these 2 chests are what I'm going to be using to house all of my ores for now until I can get into filing cabinets. Filing cabinets, the first thing I need to do in order for that, because storage drawers are not in this pack, I'm going to need paper, and using that paper, well, where is it? Yeah, I'm going to need a lot of iron for the iron bars. Actually, yeah, that's not really that bad at all. I could make the filing cabinet now. But I'll save that for another episode. I am pretty much done. After I get 3 diamond meshes to complete that quest, I'm actually going to get all 9 diamond meshes, put them in here, and then I'm going to call it an episode. So I have spent quite a while building 4 wings onto my main platform, and these are by no means permanent. They're just quick things so I had more space to put all my ever-growing stuff. But I need food, and I think I've solved my food situation with the help of Culinary Construct. So the sandwich station, which is the only thing added by it, will let me create sandwiches out of virtually any ingredient. So right now I have regular bread, and if I add any ingredient to it, it will craft me sandwiches. And the sandwiches, the way that everything is calculated out for the sandwiches, is it takes whatever the hunger and saturation of the ingredients are, combine that with whatever bread you decide to use, and, well, it's additive for the hunger, and then it's an average for the saturation, and then it will give you a sandwich. You can name the sandwich whatever you want, and yeah, I have decided that I'm going to use all of these berries and fruit. The reason why is because, honestly, it just is what I have a lot of, so it's what I'm going to use. The plums are unfortunately something that I get from a tree, and I could only manage to get 17 of them, but that's fine. I'm always going to have more plums. So I have an orange here too, but you'll see that right now I'm getting 7 hearts out of this sandwich right now. So strawberry, raspberry, blackberry, plum, and regular bread. Well, I have rice bread here too, and the rice bread is added by actually additions. Well, Culinary Construct recognizes actually additions as a viable food source, so now I can get 10 hearts out of my sandwich instead. I also have the plump pear and the plump peach here, and I'm going to add those Actually remove them. Look at I have 9 and 0.64000 whatever, 5. Add the plump to it again, and it's actually gone down. The reason why is because plump pear and plump peach are added by tiny progressions. Culinary Construct does not recognize tiny progressions as something that you can make a sandwich with, so it doesn't do anything to the stats. You're better off just using Pam's Harvest Craft. Also, if I add another orange, it actually hurts. That's because in whatever algorithm it's using to decide whatever the stats of this sandwich are going to be, adding a 5th thing will make it a very tasty sandwich, vice the tasty that it was doing before, and the quality of the sandwich just affects saturation gain. But yeah, I lose hearts out of it, so it's not a type of sandwich that I want. So I'm just going to call this a fruit sandwich. And bada bing. I have a lot of sandwiches now. I got 2 different types of sandwiches. That is not what I was expecting. Oh, because... Alright, so this one has the plums in it. This one does not have the plums in it because I didn't have enough plums. So that is, oh, that is good to know. You have to be exact with your ingredients. Since I only had those 17 plums, or 19 plums, however many plums I had, it only made a couple of sandwiches with those plums, and the rest are sandwiches without those plums. And that's good to know. Lesson learned. So I'm trying to get the rest of the ingredients for the auto sifter, and I just discovered that the hopper recipe has changed. It requires iron plates. So since it requires iron plates, there we go. Just had to make those real quick. Put the chest in its normal spot, and you do get 2 of them for your buck. So that's good news. I could put that in the recipe now. And yeah, I need pistons. Luckily, pistons are something that you get as a quest reward. Here we go, pistons. I need 2 of those. Yeah, I'm really happy to be playing a pack where the quest rewards actually help me with progression. I'm finding that a lot of the quest rewards just... The fact that they exist means that I'm a little bit easier, or things are a little bit easier. So now I'm also going to make 6 water wheels. How many do I need in order to complete that quest? 16 water wheels? Honestly, 16 seems a little bit like overkill, but at the very least we have completed that quest. And yeah, we're ready to set everything up. Alright, just got done setting up a little bit of a platform, and I'm ready to set up the auto sifter now. So I'm going to place it right about here. And remember, in order for it to be placed properly, you need to place it away from the direction where you think it needs to be going, because the axle is always going to be facing towards you. So I'm going to place my stone axles now. 1, 2, and 3. And then I'm going to place my water wheels. 14, 15, 16. Alright, so I got all 16 water wheels. Realized I made my platform a little too big, but whatever, we can fix that easy enough. And there we go. And now I just need to get a couple water buckets and set these up. So looking at my water wheels, I'm not sure which direction these are going to turn. Let's take a look over here. Oh, should probably get myself an exit point. There we go. And I also tested it a little bit earlier. I don't think mobs can spawn in the overworld. I made a platform way out there, let it be nighttime, and moved more than 25 blocks away. And yeah, no mob spawned, even though difficulty is hard. Looking at the quest pack under the mob spawn or the mob killing tasks, the place where you kill your skeletons, spiders, zombies, the typical kill the mob thing, happen in the hunting dimension. So yeah, I am still unconfirmed, but I do not think mobs can spawn in the overworld. You know, right as I say that, a mob spawned in the overworld, a songbird. Huh. Better Animals Plus. I have some reading to do. And now it's time to place the water. So yeah, I'm going to start over here down at the bottom, and you see that I've actually changed the orientation of this. So down here I have a little bit of a gap so the water has more place to flow, because if it stops right here, then it does mess with how the rotation is. But I've also built this up because if I had it 1 block lower, the wheels would not rotate. So I'm going to put these 2 right here and go grab some more water buckets. But you see that with those 2 buckets all the way down here, all of the axles are rotating. And I have an effective rotation of 1.5. I believe the maximum is 8. But I have some clay water buckets going on right here, and that's because of my water tree. I grew a little bit of it. The resin can be put on a drying rack to give you clay buckets. Here we go. And the acorns can go in a furnace, and they'll also give you clay water buckets. So, very fortuitous for me, but at the very least, I can... Let's see here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, at the very least, I can move all the way down. I have more than enough water buckets. I don't have to worry about going to the crucible and waiting for all the crucibles to fill up with water. Yeah, I have water resin. I have water buckets. Here are my last 3 buckets that I'm going to need. Ooh, don't fall in there. Ooh, that would have been bad. But 1, 2, 3, and I should be at 8. Yep, effective rotation is now 8, so that is perfect. I can start setting up my sieves. Just reconnect them right here, and it is a multi-block, so it'll Whoa, that is a really weird lighting glitch. Yeah, it's a multi-block, so they'll automatically connect no matter which way you go. And 1, 2, 3. Boom. Attach my meshes, and I officially have a working auto sifter. There we go. Alright, with that, I actually think I'm going to call this an episode. In between episodes, I'm going to find a way to auto-connect to the auto-sifting block itself, because this is where you insert your materials before they get pushed to the auto-sifter. And looking at the quest for that, the next thing it wants is an absorption hopper. But an absorption hopper is a reward for completing the small storage crate. So, yeah, next episode we'll be able to complete this, because it's going to give me a prudentium furnace. But, yeah, next episode is all going to be about completely automating the breaking down of the gravel and putting the gravel into my auto sifter and then moving the auto sifters to the furnace. So yeah, that is going to be next episode, and I am Kelly Engineering. I hope that you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.